PTE Answer Short Question 2. What do we call the ship that runs underwater? Submarine. What is the short piece of music that comes before a longer piece, and is often used as an introduction? Prelude or overture. What do you call the strap that keeps a person safe in a car or an airplane? Seat belt. What do we call a mass of snow, ice and rock that falls down the side of a mountain? Avalanche. What are the fingers of your foot called? Toes. After primary and secondary education, which one is next? Tertiary. What level of school does a 10-year-old child study in? Primary school. Which one is the odd one out among dogs, cat, horses and shoes? Shoes. If there are 8 black balls and 1 white ball, and I randomly pick one, which color is most likely to be picked? Black. What do we call a city in a country that is responsible for governing it? Political capital. What is the act of jumping into the water called? Diving. What do we call the process of counting people who live in a state or country? Census. What is the color of the medal that a champion gets? Golden. What is the music that is recorded for a movie or a film called? Soundtrack. What do we call the northernmost and southernmost parts of the earth? Pole or poles. What is the hard object in the center of peaches, apples, and pears? Seed. What material is a tire made of? Rubber. What do bees collect from flowers? Pollen. Which day is between Tuesday and Thursday? Wednesday. What do we call the prize that is sponsored by Sweden? Which sets many prizes in the literal and physics field? The Nobel Prize. What is a person called who performs surgical operations? Surgeon. In the word postgraduate, what does the post mean? After. What natural resource is used by a carpenter? Wood. If you invented something, what can you apply to prevent others from copying your invention? Patent. If you want to buy a ring, who do you approach, a jeweler or a pharmacist? Jeweler. What kind of dictionary provides synonyms, antonyms, and related words? Thesaurus. What are the strings on shoes? Shoelace. What type of shape has 4 corners, and 4 lines that are equal in length? Square. What do we call a festival which is held every 4 years, gathering people together as a sporting event? Olympic Games. What is the wet place does crocodile prefer to live in? Swamp. What do you need to submit for completing a degree in the university? Dissertation. What is the room that is under the ground floor? Basement. What order is a bibliography usually listed in? Alphabetical. What do we call a person who repairs cars? Mechanic. What is the name of a building that provides rooms for students to live in at a school or university? Dormitory. What do we call people who write songs? Composers. Where do people go to watch sports or games? Stadium. What material are windows made of? Glass. What do birds use to fly? Wings. Which one is more widespread, Korean, Thai, or Hindi? Hindi. In the solar system, which planet can support life? Earth. 1.5 represents what percentage? 150%. What is the hardest part of your hand? Nails. Who are the people who study history and historical evidence? Historian. What is the opposite of artificial? Natural. If a figure is hexagonal, how many sides does it have? 6. How many years does a millennium have? 1000. What is the study of stars and planets called? Astronomy. Which of these was the last to be explored? The Himalayas, the Moon, or Australia? The Moon. What organs of the body do we use to breathe with? Lungs. What is at the top of an eyebrow? Forehead. Which part of the hand do we use to pick up objects? Finger. What postgraduates have that graduates do not? Master degree. What do people hold overhead when it is raining? Umbrella. What identification document do most people need to carry when they travel between countries? Passport. What is the land called where a college or a university is located? Campus. How would you describe an animal that no longer exists on the earth? Extinct. Which term would you use to describe a desert? Humidity or aridity? Aridity. What are the mountains that can erupt? Volcanoes.